Hi there, this is Darren from Treasure Life Family Farms, and today we're building one of these. Well, what? Well, okay. So this is the featherman killing stand, and how that works is you hang cones off of these webs on here. You hang cones off of these pegs, I guess is what you call them. Cone has a hole in it, and it just dangles down here. This stuff keeps the cone from shifting, I guess, for whatever reason. So the way that all comes together is fine. It's nice. Then we're on a stainless steel stand here, which is also built heavier than it looks because it hasn't bent on us or broke on us yet. And then my biggest problem with this whole thing is this tub. I kind of get what they're going for here, but honestly, I don't know. I don't like it. Biggest problem with it is after you're done butchering and you take this thing off, there's nowhere to grab on that thing. Nowhere at all. And you can't flip it or pour it into anything. You're hugging a giant mess at that point trying to do anything. And with us, for turkeys, we're not butchering 8 turkeys at a time. I don't even know how many you could put on here, but even if you counterbalance 2, you're never going to always have 2 turkeys hanging in this thing. You're going to at some point have 1, and this thing is just not stable. And then you try to stay on this side, but then now you've got a turkey hanging over there, and we really do 1 at a time on the turkeys anyways, but there's no real good way to tie that down at the bottom. When you got the big turkey thing in here, you're mostly running your blood on the floor. It's not going into the catch. So I'm gonna go build one. I'll show you all about that when we get over there. I bought some iron for it yesterday when I was out in town, and we're going for stability. We're going to, because we want to be able to hang a turkey on one side, not have it flip over, and I hate this thing, so we're going to replace that with 5-gallon buckets, I think. So that's what we're going to replace, and this is not a bag on featherman. We've used this for hundreds of chickens and probably over 100 turkeys at this point. And every time I use it for turkeys, I know I gotta build something. So whatever I'm gonna go build, we'll most likely replace this thing altogether. And then note to the people, or at least as this video is coming out, if you want this featherman thing, I'll scrub it up as best we can do for you. And I don't know, 30-40% of new or something at this point would be fine with me. I can send 4 cones with it for chickens. I've got 8, and I never have used 4 of them. And so if anybody wants a good deal on the featherman deal, here it is. And again, not bagging on featherman. We have all their stuff. We have their scalder. I love the scalder. That thing's been a trooper for us. We got it configured the way I want it with our discharge pipe. It goes off to 2-inch. Plucker's doing well for us. I keep thinking I need to replace the fingers, but they keep telling me I'm only 3 or 4 years into that, and I should be getting another 3 or 4 years out of these fingers, so don't replace them. This is where it stays in the winter. I don't know if I was supposed to cover it or do anything else with it, but it just sits out here in the barn, so it's out of the elements. and nobody bothers it, and it spins and does everything fine. It just tears the skin on chickens more than we want, so we're having trouble there. But it didn't do that when it was new, so I still think it's the fingers we need to replace, but Featherman tells me no, don't do that, it's something else. So water temperature, I guess. But so not anything against Featherman, I just don't like that killing cone stand, and that's what we're building today. So I will take you through our build process and show you what we come up with. All right, while I was out showing you our Featherman stand that we're replacing, it's raining out today. It's Veterans Day, so I just want to shout out to all the veterans out there. Thank you for your service, and appreciate all you did and all that current members are doing to keep us safe and free. Thank you. It's raining out, so I wanted to come out and see what it's like in here during a rain. It's just noisy, I guess. It's not raining inside, which is, you know, kind of obvious, right? But so far so good, I guess. Everything's holding up as far as I can tell. It's all doing the right thing. I'll open the door so you can see. It's not really raining too hard, I guess. It just sounds like more than it is because we're under the plastic. Probably can't see the rain or tell how much it is on the GoPro anyways. It's a steady rain. It's a nice rain. It's not soaking in very well into the ground, or especially our ground is probably packed like nobody's business. But hey, there's a little looking hoop house in the rain. All right, so I spent a good part of the afternoon working on this thing. I seem to be happy with how it's gone, so we will see how it works when we get to the real world. But here it is. Let me just show you what I've done. So my bottom runners are 1.25" angle iron, 6 feet long. So our structure here is centered at 3 feet. I just put one rebar sort of there to stabilize the structure from that standpoint. I don't think we need any more in the middle. This part of it is made out of 1-inch box tubing from Home Depot. Most expensive place in the world to buy box tubing. But I don't live near a good steel supply, so that's all I got. This rod, I've had it for at least 15 years. Just kind of been in the collection of things I have in my steel pile that I can work with. And so let me show you how this is working. Here's one of our, this is one of our Featherman kill cones. For chickens, it'll hang there like that. Same concept as what they did on the Featherman one. But I don't believe the chickens are gonna move this in any way that it'll tip over. If it ever was tippy for whatever reason and I miscalculated that, I can just bring basically a foot out to the side of here to stabilize in this direction, but I don't think I need that with the way it's built. So with chickens, let's say here, these, I kind of took some cues off of Featherman's thing. Let me get my screen back here. The distance between this one, where this cone sits, and the next cone to it, we're much wider here, so we're not crowded that way. And then when we go to do turkeys, the cone is much bigger, like 3 times the size or twice or whatever. It's much bigger. We've got like 2 or 3 turkey cones depending on what size our turkeys come. And we'll just do that, and the turkey will not be tipping this over. If I need to, I can weight this thing down. That's nice. I did trim these the front feet, so you won't be stepping on the edge of that angle iron. That's kind of a nice thing. And no, there's no plans for this. I started welding, and in fact what happened was I took the rough same height of these pins here off the featherman kill stand that I've got. It's about this high, plus or minus probably an inch, I don't know. And then when I cut the metal for that, I had 2 pieces left over this long, trimmed one down so it fits the inside here. This stuff just bends. This bends pretty nice, so just bend it and weld it on. My welding's nothing to brag about, but it'll hold. I'm not going to brush this down and paint it. This is it. It'll get dirty and gross and hosed down and stored in the barn. So there's my new kill stand. I am not sad about this. This is going to be good. So probably we'll figure out after we use it the first time what we're going to do for putting a 5-gallon bucket probably about here, except for that turkey cone longer, so maybe just on the ground to catch the turkey's blood. And so there it is. That's the new turkey or new chicken turkey kill stand. Well, kind of, I guess, let you know how it goes after we use it a few times. Thanks for watching.